The best way to get through a day is to have an organised environment. The children need to know where things are, and so do you. Have a look round if you're just there for the day and see whether you know where the pencils are, where the paper is, where the resources are. If you're on a longer term placement or it's your classroom, you need to make sure that you can go in the morning and everything is in its place. My first head teacher said to me, "Jane, leave your class as if you're never coming back." And that wasn't because he didn't want me to come back on the second, third or fourth day. It was just a rule of thumb that he had lived by as a teacher and an educator. It meant that if you were rushed in the morning, or if you weren't in because you were poorly on a course and you couldn't get to the school that morning, your classroom was set up and the children, the main people that you need to think about, were able to learn. Resources can be labelled. It's all very good saying paper, but if you're new to English or you haven't quite mastered how to read properly for whatever reason, possibly a need, why not have a picture next to the word of paper? A ream of paper so that the children know and can identify visually as well as reading what's in that drawer. Make sure if you don't want the fuss and the children moving around the classroom that you have the pot of pencils on the table that are sharpened and that there's enough for one each. I remember at school I always wanted a certain pencil because it was the longest, sharpest one. That caused fuss with me and Terry McCormack. Now, he's gone his way and I've gone mine, but the fuss it caused and a couple of detentions, which we got in those days, meant that with a bit better organisation by my class teacher, I wouldn't have had to go through that. Make sure you take away the fuss. Make sure everybody has their place and everything is known. If I know when I come into a room where I should stand and where I should sit, I'm not going to feel stressed or unsure. I'm meeting a new adult. That's what you've got to think. So I need to know where you expect me to sit and how you expect me to do it. Then, if I'm a bit wobbly, or I'm not very sure, or I don't understand, or I'm quite nervous, or I'm just me, you've made me feel safe and secure. Having places for the children on the carpet is key. Work it out. Just say, right, I'm just going to pop you into places, but I might move you around because I might need some of you nearer to me and some of you further away. And I might want you to be near your friends or not, depending on what we're going to do. Make sure they have a place at the table. If you're a guest in the class, the teacher might have that. If not, it's your party, set the scene. And make sure that everyone is clear and knows why. If a child isn't sure, certainly the primary age, they'll ask you. Give an explanation. Say, I think you'll do your best learning if you sit there. Or I can see that you're friendly with that person and I'd like you to work together because it's going to be a little bit of chatting in this lesson. Do to them what you would like to be done to you. And remember that you were once 7, 8, 9 or 10. But be clear, get it organised, get it crisp, and don't just talk to the children, show them things. Let them see things visually. It's difficult if you've just gone in for the day, but if it's going to be your classroom for the week or longer, make the changes and talk to the children about what you're doing and why you're doing it. Because it's their classroom, but remember, it's your party. To learn more about Apogo, go to www.apogo.com.